What's going on? So today I just want to talk about using Kratom as a substitute for things like methadone, Suboxone, or any opiate that's just ruining your life. Um, I understand the need for it, and I just want to share my opinion. I'm not a doctor. Most of the time I'm fucking wrong, so just keep that in mind. This is just my opinion, and I just want to express my views on it. So first and foremost, I don't have any experience using Kratom as a maintenance drug to get off of things, to get off of harder drugs. I only have experience using Kratom for pain and then developing a physical dependency on it and now trying to taper off of just that. So again, this is all my opinion. But if I were to find myself addicted to something heavier, like oxycodone, heroin, whatever it may be, I most definitely would highly consider using Kratom as the alternative to something like methadone or Suboxone for sure. And there's a lot of reasons for that. It's not as harsh on your body. The withdrawals from Kratom, they're not fun. No withdrawal's fun, but tapering off of Kratom is going to be way easier than trying to taper off of something like methadone or Suboxone or even oxycodone or something harder. So the answer is yes. I think that it's a great thing, and if you are addicted to methadone or something like that or Suboxone, then I would highly suggest trying Kratom. Right now I'm actually tapering off of Kratom, but I talk about that a little bit in the last video I posted. But yeah, some things that you should know if this is what you're thinking about doing. So if you want to make the switch from whatever you're doing now to Kratom, what I would do is I would do a little bit of research on Kratom, because there's a bunch of different kinds and you can get different kinds for different things. The kind that I use is this. So this is Green Mang Da by a company called Earth Kratom. The reason I buy this is out of convenience. I really like to order from a company called Golden Monk. They have really high quality stuff, and it's all fresh. This is good too, but this is just convenient for me because it's very close. So, another thing, it's really important if you're making the switch to use this as a maintenance drug, you're going to have to do some experimenting. Try a few different kinds, see what you like, and figure out what dosage you're going to need to eliminate most, if not all, of your withdrawal symptoms. You got to figure that out because dosage is important. If you take too much, and this is what sets it apart from other opiates, in my opinion, if I take too much Kratom, then I'll just get like sick. Like I'll feel really good at first, but then I'll just feel like total shit. And I mean, I guess that's similar to other opiates, but you're not going to overdose on the Kratom. I mean, you'd have to eat a lot. So typically when I take it, now I have a tolerance, but I'm sure if you're coming off of methadone or Suboxone or whatever, you're going to need probably as much as I'm taking now. If I had to guess, it's hard to tell because everybody's different. But when I take it, I take 8 grams 3 times a day. I was taking a lot more, but now that I'm on my taper, I'm down to 8 grams 3 times a day. There's a couple different ways you can take it. What I do is I order these because I don't like the way it tastes. So these are just empty 00 capsules. Now you can fit anywhere from 500 to 650 milligrams of Kratom into each capsule. Mine are roughly a half a gram each, so I'll take 16 capsules, and that's about equivalent to 8 grams. Now when you take the capsules, it's going to take a little bit longer to kick in, but you won't have to taste it, and in my opinion, it's going to last longer. Like if when I take the capsules, I can go long periods of time without needing to redose. I comfortably redose 3 times a day, and that's it. And that's good. And then, like I said, I talk about my taper a lot in the last video, but for now, we're just going to talk about using this as a maintenance drug. Also, I'll show you this real quick. I use this. This is just like a capsule filling machine, so I can put 24 capsules inside of this and then pour the powder on there, spread it around, and it makes capping the Kratom a lot faster and easier. Other ways you can do it is there's a method called the toss and wash method, where you just take a spoonful of Kratom, throw it in your mouth, and then use a chaser to drink it real quick. You can do that. I don't do that because I don't like the way it tastes. I'd rather just cap it up. But you can do that, or you can make tea, whatever. But in my opinion, the capsules are the best because I can cap up a bunch of these capsules. I can put them in a bottle or in a bag or whatever, and I can have them with me throughout the day. If, you know, when I'm at work, I can take them with me. It just makes things a lot easier. Picking what kratom is good for you is something that you're going to need to do. I like green Mang Da kratom because it's very potent and it's a good mix between euphoria and energy. So it's just really good for me. It's going to give you energy. It makes me want to get up and do things, and you get that sense of euphoria that comes with it. That's really nice. You could go with a red strain kratom. Red strain is going to be better, in my opinion, for sleep. It's a little bit more sedating than the green strain. And then you have white, so green, red, and white are the three most common kratums that you're going to get. The green is going to give you energy and euphoria. I like the green the best, and if you know, obviously that's what I pick, but everybody's different. The red's going to be more sedating. It's going to be probably the most euphoric, I would say. And then you have the white strain, which is kind of like a cross between red and green. I'm not a big fan of the white strain because it seems like every time I would take the white strain, I would get nauseous. Maybe that was just because I was taking so much, but in my experience, the green strain is going to be the best. But you have to figure out what works for you. As I said, I use this Earth Kratom stuff. It's great. I get a good deal on it at the shop near my house. But I looked online, and it can be kind of pricey online. So, you know, you could go to the Golden Monk, or you could go to any online vendor and just try what you like. But in the end, yes, I would say switching from other maintenance drugs, like prescription maintenance drugs, to kratom would be a good move for anyone, for sure, definitely. You know, you just have to figure out what's best for you. I'm not a doctor. This is just my opinion. Just want to put that out there. Do your research. There's lots of supplements that I use too, that I take now that I'm letting build up in my system for when I'm totally off of the kratom, because the acute withdrawals aren't going to be as bad. They're not fun. Like I said, they are not fun. I would not suggest just getting addicted to this stuff because you like the way it feels. But it's not going to be as bad as methadone, Suboxone, or heroin, you know, harder opiates. It's just not. But yeah, so just proceed with caution, figure out what works best for you, and I hope that whoever sees this and decides to go that route, you know, I hope it works out for them. I mean, I know that if you're going from something like heroin or methadone or Suboxone just straight to kratom, that it's going to be a lot better for you. So right off the bat, you're going to be a lot better off. This stuff's cheap. You're not going to have to go to a fucking methadone clinic however many times a week you need to go to a methadone clinic, or you're not going to need to pay a shitload of money to go get a Suboxone prescription. This stuff's cheap. You can order online. You can go to the store, unless you live in a state where it's illegal. And even then, there's kind of ways to get around it, but I won't get into that. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Thanks for watching.